And off in the distance there is Love Park, which just opened up today. And hey everyone, it is Friday, June 23rd. The time right now is 2:03 p.m. and outside it's about 24 degrees Celsius. But it is raining, so I just came inside to pick up this rather hideous umbrella from Dollarama. And about half an hour ago, I just finished recording a live stream that finished up around Love Park. And I thought since it was the grand opening of the park today, I might as well record a video since I'm here. So we're gonna go take a peek at the park, and then I have to make my way over to the east side of downtown. So maybe I'll take Harbour Street over for a bit, and we'll kind of figure it out from there. It was a rather large crowd here at Love Park, or I guess over there at Love Park earlier today. And I think the rain has scared off some people. So this is in the South Core. And they said there would be some type of wedding event going on as well. I guess this might have something to do with it. And this is Queen's Park. Queen's Park. Queen's Key West right in front of me. And just south of that is Lake Ontario. But here's Love Park. So this is located where an old highway off-ramp used to be. And that was decommissioned in 2017. And there used to be some remnants of the off-ramp here that they have since removed. But instead of another condo in this area, we have a public space, which is pretty cool. And this pond in the middle will be illuminated. That's outlined by a 160-meter glass mosaic bench seat. All right, let me get this umbrella popped open and we'll take a walk around the park. I ran into a couple of viewers in the dollar store who were also buying an umbrella. They ended up buying the same one. Oh well, it'll do. And there's a number of these bronze critters throughout the park. And there's a lot of different events going on. Apparently, this was designed by Toronto and Montreal-based designers. And this is where the inauguration ceremonies took place, right here. There was a speaker earlier and a very large crowd. And there's a sailboat in the middle of the park. That's neat. There's been a number of vendors and there's some giveaways and some very long lines. There's some smoothies and juices being given out. So I'll just take a quick walk around the perimeter of the park here. Well, it kind of feels like the whole park is the perimeter with this big heart-shaped pond in the middle. That's a very beautiful tree right there. They must have imported that from somewhere. I'll be back through here once it's business as usual. The Toronto String Quartet is here. Hey, a Dalmatian. Cotton candy and popcorn. I think that might be free. But this park has been a very long time in the making. And one of its key features is this movable furniture. It's not too often in a park. There's just loose furniture hanging around that you can move around. So welcome to Toronto's latest Instagram hotspot. That is York Street straight ahead. There's one of the bronze critters. Some kind of tiny bear or really fat dog. Would you call a bear a critter?
You're the guy from the video.
I am. Hello.
Almost funny.
I have been recognized at least a dozen times since my live stream down here. I guess an event like this would kind of draw the attention of people into the city, or the attention of people into this sort of thing who follow the channel. Hey, we've got a beaver. Let me just make sure the camera lens is keeping dry. Yeah, it looks pretty dry. And it flipped around again. And they were giving out smoothies here and fresh juice, I think, earlier. Hey, we found a fox. So there's some playful Berksey Park vibes here. And there's an off-leash dog zone here. And the South Core as a whole, I think, it's just a lot of concrete and glass towers. It's a very new neighborhood, but it doesn't feel particularly inviting. So I think this is a much needed added element to it. As I look at an owl perched above that, what looks like a maintenance building there.
Where the Kazakh is.
We got the Harbour Front Center right across the street, Harbour Square Park. I think this is going to be a very popular spot. All right, so if you were here for Love Park, you can probably tune out now, as I'm going to begin to make my way over to the east side of downtown. And I've walked along Queens Quay recently, so let's take Harbour Street here. And there's where the Second City has relocated. They were temporarily up on the Danforth, but they are out of their location on just off of Blue Jays Way, where Wayne Gretzky's restaurant was next door as well. And that was supposed to be a large Target. I'm gonna go behind this car. But when Target famously pulled out of Canada, one of the biggest retail expansion failures in the history of retail, and one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive, that space opened up and the Second City got themselves a new home. So their Mercer Street home is no more. So I'll be making my way over to Corktown, and I do not have a route in mind. We're just going to go this way. There's the Harbour Commission building. It's been a while since I've done a rainfall walk though. And thank you to the viewer Jeanette Morales, who sent a super chat contribution at the end of the stream to pick up an umbrella. I had an umbrella in my backpack, but I pulled it out to make room for some reason. As I was leaving the apartment, room for what? I don't know. Oh well, I've got this disposable umbrella, I guess. And this is Bay Street. You know what? Let's go up Bay Street because I went along that stretch of Yonge Street I'd have to turn up not too long ago in a video. It is coming down pretty good. There's the tip of the CN Tower.
What are we doing?
I've got the light. Let's cross over to the east side here. I don't think that's going to help your cause. Class of 2023, there's been a lot of... Oh, there's a green arrow saying go straight there. But I think this Mercedes is turning right. Yeah, that person trying to go straight should have gotten themselves in the far left lane instead of sitting there honking. There's a sign that says no stopping, but this stretch of bike lane here on Bay Street is kind of famous for being blocked off by drivers who stop in it. That sign will no doubt be ignored. That's CIBC Square on the right, home of Microsoft Canada. And the new bus terminal is in there. And you could work your way up those stairs and head on over into Love Park, CIBC Square Park, a public-private park. And we get a break from the rain. Awesome. There's the Brawley. GO train concourses just over there, and these are the rail tracks I'm walking underneath. see work going on a third CIBC Square tower. This is where the bus terminal used to be. And that is the Esplanade straight ahead over there. Just in case the camera's fogged up. Sometimes that happens in this weather. We'll just give it a little wipe. And hope I just didn't make things much worse. So this is Bay in front. And straight ahead we'll take you up through the heart of the financial district. Union Station and CN Tower on the left, the Fairmont Royal York Hotel on the right. So this is east on the south side of Front Street, which is a two-way street. But it'll become one-way for a brief stretch once we are east of Church, or rather Yonge Street. If you want to go east, you'll have to, or if you want to go west, it's Wellington Street once you're east. They were running in the rain, but apparently they don't watch Mythbusters unless they're late for something. I remember they did that experiment where if you run when it's raining, do you get less wet? And their conclusion was no. You might as well just walk. One of the reasons for that is when you're running, your whole body is running right into water, so you're absorbing a lot more instead of just on the top of your head. At least I think that's the idea. This is Yonge Street. Some classic Toronto driving. And there are a lot of people going into Meridian Hall, well-dressed people. I'm guessing that might be part of a grad ceremony. There's been a lot of students dressed up celebrating their graduation. Yep, there we go. Seneca Polytechnic graduates, all 12,000 of them. Birksey Park across the street here. All right, from Love Park to Birksey Park. Two parks with some whimsical touches. think the money shot angle is from right over here. This looks really good with a wide angle lens. As I struggle to check my phone, umbrella ahead. Oh well. There's a Firkin pub, the Flatiron Firkin. I was at the Firkin at Yonge and Eglinton last night. Had some wings and truffle fries and a few beverages. And here we are at Church Street. All right, let's take the south side of Church, or front here. Head over to the south side. And this is the St. Lawrence neighborhood, which features the St. Lawrence Market. So this weekend, tonight, I think the Pride Festival kicks off on Church Street. Not sure if it'll be raining throughout. Tomorrow will probably be the biggest day for that, and then the parade is on Sunday. I recorded that last year. I think I'll record it this year. There's the St. Lawrence Market. And this is Market Street, which has been pedestrianized. I'm gonna have to come check this out on a weekend afternoon when it's all vibrant and busy. They have once again pedestrianized it for the summer. There's the new northern St. Lawrence Market. And it looks like I'm going to miss the light here. Nope. Well, we can spin around and get a view of the Flatiron off in the distance. I'm just going to stick to the south side of front for now. And a look down Lower Jarvis. Whenever I see these people, I just kind of look disinterested and dart my eyes off out of the way. I know they're out there doing a job, but sometimes you just want to walk down the street and not have someone try to get into your back pocket. This is George Street here. Make sure the lens is holding up. It looks pretty good. There's a few drops of rain on it. Maybe I'll just give it a quick wipe. Wipe it with a wet shirt. And we will keep it moving. Young People's Theater, which reopened in fall of 2022, is on the right here. There's a pair of new condos. Just shot up. This is Sherburne Street. And that used to be an Esso gas station. And when I lived in this area, we rented a townhouse that had a barbecue, and that's where we would swap the propane tanks. And this used to be a car dealership, if I'm not mistaken. There's some of the best implemented bike lanes in the city on Sherburne right there. Vote Socialist. I've never even heard of that person. I don't think that's enough information to go by. Might as well vote for Gong. I wonder if I ran for mayor, if I could get at least a single-digit percentage of the voting base. My campaign would have been very honest. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't think any of these people do either. And I would just delegate everything to what I assumed was the appropriate expert in each field. It's too many responsibilities and too much for one person to shoulder the load, especially with these strong or these stupid strong mayor powers that our idiot premier has implemented. What that means is City Council doesn't need a 50% vote to push something through. They just need 25% and the mayor on the side of the vote to get anything done. It's very undemocratic. That used to be where the Toronto Sun newspaper was located. It's kind of a tabloid-style newspaper. They're now up on Bloor Street, sharing a space with their sister publication, the National Post. But they have kept the sign. There's the old Canadian Opera Company location here on the right. And this is a staging site for the Ontario line. And there'll be a stop right there at King and Berkeley. My camera holding arm got itchy. I think that'll be the most eastern downtown stop, as the next one is over in Riverside, on the other side of the Don Valley, or rather, the Don River. And we're at Parliament Street, but how would you know it? I don't see any signs that say Parliament. Oh, there's just a little one over there. What I think is 51 Division of the Toronto Police. All right, it's 2:37. I've got some time. You didn't know you had a red light, right? You're supposed to stop, then turn, idiot. Let's head down to Mill Street, and I'll take Mill Street over. So this will lead us along the northern end of the Distillery District. There's Parliament Square Park. So this is east on Mill Street. This nice bi-directional bike lane here. On the right is the Distillery District, former home of the Gooderham and Worts Distilling Company. And their headquarters was the Flatiron Building over at Church and Front, which we walked by earlier. Apparently, he is not aware that there's a bike lane right there. Yes, let's ride on a narrow sidewalk. Looks like they're setting up for something, possibly a Pride event this weekend. There's a big screen there. I walked through here in a video, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. All right, it is 2:41. So I'm getting close to Corktown and a newer area known as the Canary District. And there's another entrance to the distillery. Just down there to the right, and there's a streetcar loop here that the King streetcar turns around at. Well, the short turning ones. And I think they are all short turning right now with construction over on Broadview. Oh, I like that brickwork on that new building. It's nice not to see just glass or concrete. Oh, the sidewalk is very inviting. I don't fancy balconies. Register now at livingatcanary.com. This is a brand new community that has sprouted up. I appreciate just a two-way street, a single lane two-way street with a bike lane. I don't know what this cutout is for though here. Because the bike lane is protected on both sides, so are like delivery trucks supposed to get into the bike lane and park here, or taxis? If you can explain the logic of this, I'd be curious to hear down in the comments. Let's cross over to Rolling Mills Road. That looks like a university building to me. I wonder if that's part of a campus. It's a very common style building you'll see at colleges and universities. Gives me York University vibes. It was part of a George Brown College in this area, which was originally built as athlete housing for the Pan Am Games with the idea to transition into a mixed income community. A garbage truck, but I guess if you live around here, that constant rumble of construction throughout the morning and day is to be expected. I like the idea of this public space here. I think some more greenery would be better. This is probably a deal between the developer and the city to provide public space. And it would have been more maintenance and upkeep if they went with like a grassy park area. That's Corktown Common Park straight ahead, but I'm gonna go swing by the Foundry. Looks like that guy might have picked up a parking ticket. This is a building that was the source of a lot of controversy. The City of Toronto dedicated it as a heritage building, but the province had other ideas, and they came in one day with wrecking balls and to turn it into housing. And the community fought back, saying, why didn't we have any input on this? We could have incorporated the old building into a new facility and public space. And the city was also of that state of mind. And they got the wrecking crews to halt demolition, and I think they've worked out a resolve now. So there, at last I checked, there's a revised plan that's going to preserve most of the structure and have an allowance for more affordable housing. time is it? It's really hard to manage things. You've got an umbrella in your hand. There's what's left of the foundry, and the cube house is still standing. I'm gonna cut through Underpass Park, and I'm actually making my way up to a Tim Hortons at River Street and King. They hold a big farmers market here once a week. Lovely. Exactly what a responsible dog owner should do. There's basketball courts and some little half pipes. There are skateboarders over there. Underpass Park Farmers Market. Every Thursday, 4 to 7:30 p.m. Here's some people making their way down from the Timmy's that I'm headed to. There's a Gears. They had a location, I think they still do, their original one in Port Credit in Mississauga. It was right around the corner from where I grew up. And I have arrived. So I hope you enjoyed this one, exploring the new Love Park. I'm making my way east through the rain over to King and River, or I guess Lower River. It becomes River Street just on the north side. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, stay dry, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.